Hey Angel, welcome back to Your Own University TV, where we're going to talk about what sets you apart from everybody else in the world, because you matter.
Wear your skin and wear it out. You'll be the best fit you've ever found.
Hey, so do you think that you matter? Do you really think that you matter? Do you know without a shadow of a doubt that you matter, that what you have to offer the world is something extremely important? Do you know what that gift is that you have to offer the world? And are you doing it? Today, this is our topic. The first time that I heard the phrase, "you matter," I was literally sick to my stomach. I was a teenager. I was doing some hypnotherapy work with a woman and some deep breath work. I was beginning to explore the realm of psychology as a field. And I began to do this breath work and this deep belly work, and my stomach began to hurt. And she said, "Oh, that is your own individuality here in your stomach region beginning to awaken." And I was terrified. And I noticed this in many of my clients as well. So today I want to talk about that it's normal for people to say, "Oh, you matter, you're worth it, you have so many gifts, you're so wonderful." And to feel a little taken back, a little put off, a little bit like, "Oh, I shouldn't really feel that way," or "This is uncomfortable for me." So if you feel uncomfortable thinking, "Oh, I matter," because of society saying that it's egotistical, or because you were put down as a child, or because maybe you've had some setbacks and some failures and things haven't turned out the way that you wanted them to, therefore you have settled into your life, then know that you are normal. This is normal. And it's really up to you to break through that normal. And at Your Own University, we have set it up so you can break through that normal, to get underneath all of the stuff that we allow and we're really trained to allow to manipulate us into thinking we are less than divine, beautiful, incredible women and men in the world. So if you have ever felt like you had this big purpose in the world, that you have this calling that you want to step into, and yet you keep running into it, or you stop doing it and you settled for a 9-to-5 job, or you settled for something other than what you really dreamed of, I just want to say, hey, it is never too late. One of my teachers, Bikram, says this: "You're never too old, you're never too sick, right, to start over again." And so you're never too old and you're never too sick to start over again. And there's a couple ways that I really want to support you in doing this, because you do matter. Your divine essence, your soul essence, that part of you that is underneath all of this, matters. So there's 5 levels of you that is below the part of you that starts to really step into your purpose. And the first level is your physical health. Now, each and every one of us have a different physical blueprint. So one thing that I love doing with my clients is we walk through the Amazing You system, and part of it is this blueprint of who you are, how you eat, how to take care of you, because how you take care of you is completely different than any of the books out there. Your taste buds, your likes, what's going to satisfy you is different than what's going to satisfy me. So knowing that about yourself is truly important, as well as really understanding how to take good care of your physical body, because we only have one, right? You're only going to get one body. You might as well make the best of it, even if it's a little bit of work. Finding a way to let it be playful and fun is really great. But your physical body is just a physical body. And so if it has been defining you in any way, whether it's by being super fit or not fit at all, or unhealthy or healthy, it doesn't really matter which side of the spectrum you're at. If it's defining you, then I want to invite you to go deeper than that with me today, because you matter. The next place that really stands out for all of us is our mindset. Now, our brains, our minds, our belief systems begin forming their opinions about us when we're like little, like in the womb even, right? Our brains start coming to some conclusions, but especially before the age 7 and then again 12 and then again about 24, we have these big leaps in who we are. And after that, it's a little bit more challenging to shift and change our beliefs without a lot of conscious effort. So at Y.O.U University, we look at those belief systems and what would benefit you to keep and what would benefit you to let go of and grow into something even bigger that is in more alignment with your soul. Because I want to know you, right? You matter. You are your soul essence. You are that part of you that no matter what, you're going to step into your purpose and say yes. And that means sometimes we have to let go of the beliefs of our parents, let go of the beliefs of our society, let go of the limiting awarenesses and memories that hold us back. So if you've gone through any trauma, this is really important to look at. If you've had any growing up, if you had any drama and trauma growing up, this is really important to look at. So you can move past it. So you can move into your freedom because you matter. You truly matter. The next thing that we have to grow into is owning our emotionality. This used to be huge for me because I grew up in a family where we were bickering, we were fighting, we were screaming a lot. And so my first relationships, there was bickering and screaming and fighting a lot. And now I've had multiple relationships where there's not bickering, screaming, and fighting a lot because you have this opportunity to look at your perspective. This past weekend, I was camping and I knew that there was a possibility that we would get flooded out, right? But I was like, it's such a beautiful spot. We're going to take it anyway, see what happens. And we totally got flooded out in the morning. The tide came in. And we could have flipped out. Somebody could have gotten mad at me. I could have gotten mad at them. We could have been like, rah, 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 right? It could have totally been a shit show. But instead, I chose to just accept it, right? Go into that place of acceptance and laugh my ass off because quite frankly, it was funny. And just to go with it. And luckily the person I was with chose the same thing. So it ended up being something really funny and not that big of a deal and everything worked out and no harm was done. But it wouldn't have always been that way if we didn't know how to manage our own emotions, how to choose our own perspectives. And that's really important because emotions get triggered in the body from the mind, and learning how to manage those emotions and what to do around them. Different techniques. I know there's times where I get frustrated and pissed off and I just have to deal with something and a belief will come up and I'll be feeling this angst or something. And I'll use EFT, I'll use tapping and other techniques I use in my private coaching to allow myself just some freedom, right? Freedom beyond the feelings, because the feelings are just feelings, they're going to pass. And you want to move beyond those feelings into that freedom space because you matter. And when you have that freedom, that alignment with your soul, you're going to open up. So the fourth place that really opens up here is what we've been talking about the last couple weeks in these shows, and that's your etheric realm. This is that sense of knowing and awareness and intuition and empathicness, where you feel and sense people around you or maybe the whole collective. And being able to manage that, knowing, is this mine? Is this theirs? And how much of it's mine, how much of it's theirs, and how to manage your own energy field, your own auric field, your own energy field. Work with your chakras, work with things like this to help move that energy away. And this also really connects in with your own spiritual practice and who you are in relationship to God, right? So this is the fifth place, is like, who are you in relationship to your definition of God? And what does that look like to you? How do you spend that time cultivating that relationship with your higher self, with God, with creation? And what does that mean to you? This is huge in order to opening up to your freedom and trusting that you are divinely created and you are made, like literally made, to be on this planet and you have something to contribute. It might be just simply being you, right? It can be so simple, so beautiful, but being authentically you is going to truly move mountains and set you free. So at your own university, creating this freedom for you, allowing you different practices and techniques and philosophies and master classes and awarenesses to look at your physical, mental, emotional, etheric and spiritual health in ways that are all encompassing and from every different direction, from different teachers and coaches to our every single day. I'll send you 365 habits for your own self-mastery. So you can master who you are. So you can truly choose who you are because you matter. And coming from a place of being told and being made to feel like I didn't really matter growing up, made to feel like an object growing up, made to feel like a sexual object growing up, and a pain in the ass, quite frankly. I didn't feel like I mattered growing up. And I think a lot of kids are like me today. And I think a lot of us adults are kids, that just want to know that we matter. And so it starts with you mattering to you, and then you can set those boundaries with people in your life so you can have wonderful, holistic, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful relationships. And you can also step into your purpose with more confidence, knowing that your voice and what you have to say and how you present yourself in the world matters most. And all of that is what we cultivate and help you to lift up and to explore and to practice at Your Own University. So if you have not checked out Your Own University, it's absolutely free to get our 365 days of love. These are habits that will help you cultivate each of these areas of your life so you get to know you and you get to step into that confidence of you being the matter in your life, right? Like you manipulating the matter in your life, you being the matter, you being in charge of who you are, you having that self-mastery and that freedom that you deserve. And the next thing that we have is we have master classes, and I'm putting together a whole new series for this next quarter and year. I'm super excited for some of the teachers and courses that we have in that program that are up. It's only $22 a month for you to register and get total access to all of last year's master classes. There's a couple from the year before when we started, and this whole next series that is coming up to join us live and also get the replay. So that's with a monthly membership of $22. So go over there right now and say yes and join the You Matter Club. Join this movement to be reminded each and every day and to remind yourself through your actions and your words that you matter, because when you put that into action, then you actually reinforce it for all the rest of us. And the more of us that are living in a place of mattering are going to change the world as we know it. So I love you. Thank you for being a part of Your Own University. I hope you learned something from this segment. Please give us a thumbs up. Go check us out at Your Own University. Tell me what you think of this episode, and I will talk to you on the flip side.